Welcome back guys. Dragon's Dogma Part 2 received a new update just a few days ago. This update improves the game's performance in CPU bound areas like the populated cities. In this video, I'll be showing you how to install the free FSR 3.1 frame generation mod DLSS Enabler on Steam Deck running on SteamOS. We'll be testing the game on my Steam Deck and ROG Ally running on Linux based Bazzite operating system. We'll test the game in the demanding Vernworth city area. The mod setup process is exactly the same for Bazzite and SteamOS. I'll be showing you the process on SteamOS. Before jumping into the gameplay, I would like to thank the developers of DLSS Enabler, Arter, Nitek and FakeMaker for helping me out with the mod setup process. A special thanks to DLSS Enabler's Discord user, Jetpack, for suggesting a fix that resolved the broken menus in this game after enabling DLSS Enabler on SteamOS. This is SteamOS running in desktop mode. You need to use REFramework in order to get the mod working. You can download it for free from this website. I'll give its link in the description. Just click on releases here. We'll be using version 1.5.7 of REFramework. Just expand the asset section and then click on dd2.zip. First we need to initialize REFramework. Just open Dolphin File Explorer, go to downloads, then open dd2.zip file. There it is. We just need to extract this DLL file, de-input it, drag and drop it outside of this window like this. Look for that DLL file. There it is. Copy it. Need to paste it in the game's install directory. Just select the game in your Steam library, right click, manage, then click on browse local files. This is the game's install directory. I have installed the game on Steam Deck's internal SSD, internal storage. Paste the DLL file here. Deleting share.cache2 file is not required with the latest version of DLSS Enabler. Now we need to add a launch option to the game. Select the game in your Steam library, right click, properties, click on general under launch options. Add this line of text I'll provide in the description of the video. The input 8. Compatibility. I'm using G Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. Launch the game. REFrameworks menu will pop up. It's initializing. Initialize. You'll see these different options. Upon reaching the menu, just quit the game. Close the REFramework menu by clicking on the close icon here. There you go. Game settings. Just quit. We'll be using the latest version of DLSS Enabler at the time of recording this video. This is the latest version 3.02.000.0 beta 10. Just expand the asset section. Download the exe file. There it is. The downloaded file will be present in download section. There it is. I'll be using Protontricks to execute this exe file. You can download Protontricks for free from Discover Store. But if you are running on the latest version of SteamOS beta, you are required to use the beta version of Protontricks. I have already shown the process. We'll drop the video link in the description. We just need to install DLSS Enabler in the game's install directory. Launch Protontricks. Select Dragon's Dogma 2, then click on OK. This window will pop up after about 6 to 7 seconds. Select this option, select the default WINEPix, then click on OK. Now select this option, Run Explorer, click on OK. Now we need to navigate to the directory where DLSS Enabler setup file is present. Downloads directory in my case. Click on My Computer, open Z drive, open Home folder, open Deck folder, open Downloads folder. Look for DLSS Enabler setup file. There it is, beta 10 build, latest version. Double click. DLSS Enabler setup wizard will pop up. I accept. Next. Click on browse. Navigate to the game's install directory. Z drive, internal storage in my case. Expand it. Open Home folder. Open Deck folder. Open .local folder. Open Share folder. Open Steam folder. Steam apps folder. Common folder. Look for Dragon's Dogma 2 folder. There it is. This is the final directory. Click on OK. Click on next. Select this option, install as a dbghelp.dll file. Now select this option. Check this box next to enable support for AMD and Intel GPUs. Click on next. install, wait for the process to complete, uncheck this box, click on finish, close. Now open the games install directory where you install the mod. We'll be editing the nvn gx.ini file. Look for the file in the games install directory. There it is. Open it. Generator is set to auto by default. Just set to FSR 31 if you want to use FSR 3.1. If for some reason you want to use FSR 3.0 frame generation, set generator to FSR 30. I want to use FSR 3.1, so I'll just type FSR 31. Reflex on. Click on save. By default, this mod uses XeSS version 1.3 upscaler on PCs with non-RTX GPUs like Steam Deck. Click on save, close the file. Need to add a launch option to the game. Just edit the previous launch option. Select the game in your Steam library, click on settings for properties, general, launch options. Just add a comma at the end of d-inputted and type dbghelp. This will load DLSS Enabler mod. I'll provide the complete line of text in the description of the video. You can copy it from there and paste it here. Close. By default, insert key is used to access both REFramework's menu and Nitex Optiscaler mod. So I'll be changing REFramework's hotkey from insert key to home key. If you don't have a keyboard, you can just map these keys to any of Steam Deck's back grip buttons. I'll show you the process. Click on the controller icon here. Select Steam Deck controller, then select edit layout. Click on buttons, scroll down to the end. Click on the rectangular bar next to L4. Then click on numpad. Select insert key. Now click on the rectangular bar next to R4 back grip button. Click on numpad, select home. We are done here. I'll switch to streamers gaming mode. Connected my Cosmic Byte Stellaris gamepad to deck via Bluetooth mode. REFramework's menu should pop up. There it is, initializing. Initialize. Now just click on configuration. You need to click on menu key. Now just press the R4 back grip button. REFramework's hotkey has been changed from insert to home. Just press the R4 back grip button again. It will close REFramework. There you go. Open the game settings. Resolution 800p. FPS variable. You can see we have access to DLSS upscaler setting. I'll just set it to performance. Frame generation. Disable for the time being. Can enable it. Mod is working. Settings. I'll set everything to low. Shadow cache setting enable. Effects disable. That's it. And just load the Vernworth city area. Save changes. Show you the performance tab. Overlay level set to 3. Frame limit set to 60. Yeah, you can see menu froze. I'll show you how to fix this. Just open Nitex mod by pressing the insert keyboard key, L4 back grip button. From here you need to enable this setting, motion adaptive sharpness. This fix was suggested by DLSS Enabler Discord user Jetpack. Click on save INI. Now click on close. Changes saved. Menu is working again. There's my character. I purchased a house in Vernworth. Serves as a save point. My pawns, 3 of them. Okay, here FPS is within a range of 15 to 20. This is the game running without frame generation. XeSS version 1.3 upscaler is being used. Crowded area, and here FPS dropped down to around 13. It's too much for Steam Deck's processor. This game is very poorly optimized even after the latest update. Better than before though. Leaving one more. Entrance area is very demanding. Oh my god, it's so choppy. Okay, I'll just enable frame generation and load the same sequence. Graphics settings, DLSS frame generation enabled. You need to drop the resolution to 720p, otherwise the interface will flicker with frame generation enabled. Load the same sequence. There's my character, my pawns. Yeah, FPS increased to around 40. I can observe the added amount of smoothness, but gameplay is still choppy as the base FPS is on the lower side, close to 20. I'll just head to the marketplace. I'll be honest guys, I was expecting the image quality to look much worse than this.
His writings could be of import.
Yeah, here game is stuttering. 28 FPS with frame generation. Can observe the latency.
Now there's a worthy prize.
It's a shame that Capcom still hasn't added FSR frame generation to this game. It does support DLSS frame generation though, but it's only limited to RTX 40 series GPUs. Characters are appearing in front of me out of thin air, leaving Vernworth stuttering.
Ingredients are plentiful.
I would not recommend playing this game on Steam Deck. Only play it on deck if you don't have any other alternative. 30 FPS with frame generation in the open area. Now guys, before exiting the game, you need to disable DLSS Upscaler and frame generation settings. Otherwise, the game will crash on the next launch. Just set DLSS frame generation to off and super resolution to off as well. Now you can exit the game. I'll demonstrate the crashing issue. Enable DLSS frame generation and upscaler. Exit the game. Play. REFramework initialize. Game is starting. Game should crash on the menu screen as DLSS is enabled. Yeah, it froze and crashed. I'll show you how to fix this issue as we cannot access the game's setting now. Switch to SteamOS desktop mode. Open the game's install directory. Need to edit the config.ini file. Look for this file here. There it is, config.ini. Open it. Scroll down a bit. Look for upscaler settings. There they are. Upscaling algorithm set to DLSS. Just change it to none. Upscaling quality set to performance, just set it to off, all capitals. DLSS set to max performance, set it to off. DLSS frame generation set to on, set it to off as well. That's it. These are the changes that we need to perform in order to get the game working. Click on save here, close the file. I'll switch to SteamOS gaming mode. Game should be working now. Launch the game. REFramework initialized. Game should not crash at the menu screen. Right here. There you go. It worked. So basically just disable DLSS upscaler and frame generation before exiting the game. If you fail to do that, you will be required to edit the config.ini file. Once you are in, you can enable DLSS upscaler and frame generation again, like this. Now I'll be testing the game on Bazzite. We are in. Performance QM settings. Overlay level set to 3. Frame limit set to 120. BRR enabled. That's it. Now I'll show you handheld daemon settings. Press arm rotate button twice. Advanced setting Y key. Using a 25 watts manual profile, TDP boost disable. Aggressive fan curve optional. Charge limit 80% optional. Energy management set to manual. CPU power low. CPU boost disable. GPU frequency auto. Using my Cosmic Byte Stellaris gamepad again. First I'll run the game without frame generation using G Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. REFramework work. Just close it. Graphics settings 720p resolution, full screen. DLSS super resolution enabled using its balance preset. Frame generation off. Effects disabled. Everything set to low. Shadow cast set to on. That's it. There's my character leaving my house, my pawns. Okay, here FPS is close to 30. This is the game running without frame generation. I'm using DLSS Optiscaler version 1.3. I have noticed that Bazzite's 30 watts APU power profile draws roughly the same power as Windows 25 watts power profile. You can see the power draw for CPU and GPU here. Combined value is slightly higher than 25 watts. Heading to the marketplace. Here FPS dropped down to around 25. I can observe the choppiness. You can see the erratic frame pacing graph. We are not hitting the GPU bottleneck. GPU load is within a range of 70 to 80%. So the game's performance here is limited by the single core CPU performance. 20 FPS. This particular area is very demanding. Entrance of Vernworth. Leaving the city. Big open area. GPU is increased to around 90%. We are almost hitting the GPU bottleneck now. Okay, now enable frame generation. I'll just restart the game in order to apply frame generation setting. Sometimes frame generation does not work properly when you enable it while the game is running in the background. Disable upscaler and frame generation. Exit the game. Play. We are in. Upscaler enabled using its balance preset. Frame generation on. Save. Settings applied. There's a character. Yeah, frame generation is working properly. Game's HUD elements are not flickering. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. Few hiccups. Slight increase in latency. Explore the area on foot. 50 to 60 FPS. This area is very demanding. Yeah, FPS dropped down to around 48. All over the place. 48 to 60 FPS. Match quality is looking decent. See, not observing any artifacts around the character model. I'll head to Vernworth's entrance. Expecting a massive FPS drop here. Yeah, 45 FPS. I'll be honest guys, you can play the game on raw Ally, but even Bazzite cannot maintain a steady 30 FPS without frame generation and a steady 60 FPS with frame generation. Big open area here. Close to 50 FPS. That's it with the video. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.